Greetings, fellow toxic forest dwellers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the Boundless Witch. Episode 35. Taking down a big scary robot thingy. So if we had a Molotov, this is pretty easy. Just light it and leave, close the door, repair it. They can't do anything. And a lot of the material has been hauled in place for the Killbox. Actually, all of it, it looks like. Which is fantastic work. Let's get the other half of it. And actually in the back here, I'll probably want doors. Right, I'll want, because I want a door here that we force open. So this is the only door in and out in the base, or these doors, I guess, count as in and out in the base too. But if I put it like a detector, if I put a detector like here, anything will have to come through this way and I'll know well in advance. I could even build a detector out here, like that, you know, build it out here so that anything even close to coming into the base I know about if I get rid of these doors here, which I would. And then a detector out here for the same purpose. So I get massive advanced notice on anything incoming. Yeah, maybe we could do something like that. So I'm gonna have Witch finish her little excavations here, haul out the chunks. And one of the other reasons why I have it where there's a lot of space deep in the mountain is, one, it increases the chance for infestation, and also when they spawn here, the bugs will start eating away here rather than eating away here. Because if they are here, then they'll dig their way out much more quickly. Which would not be good. Wow, they got trained really quickly. My goodness. I mean, the sentience played a huge role, I'm sure. Because their wildness came down a lot. 60 to 35. That's basically farm animal level. Handling skill of only 3. That's pretty easy. Nozzle of 12. Holy hell, they're nuzzle animals. What is the caravan? 160? That's horse level. It doesn't get better than that. That's awesome. Oh, God, I'm so happy about that. Okay, so we'll get the last chunk out, which I think is going, once she's done with some farming stuff, I'll have her don the Molotov, and we'll accept it. The quest, and bait it, and kill it, burn it. Burn the bugs. I would like, of course, the meat and jelly, but like, I'm not going to risk myself. All the slaves are too old. It would be cool to have a scimitar cat, but it's not like they can survive the pollution here. There's another catalyst. Maybe I'll buy one more. Why not? Is Venom Fangs a jaw? I wonder if that could replace the dentures. Not that I'm going to. Just curious what slot it fulfills. Alright, good enough. One more catalyst coming my way. Better to have it, not need it, than need it, not have it. And because we're animal lovers, I think that makes canonical sense. Would floor the room too? Yeah, I could. Sure, I guess. I honestly, I don't really need the fire. The reason why I did the hallway is the path out will be on fire. And it will also superheat up because it's a massively insulated room. So I'm just going to save the materials. I don't think it's actually going to make much of a difference, to be honest. So I'm just trying to get Witch a little bit more time to do some farming, and then I'll accept it. But I like this Killbox is coming together. I do think it would be wise for us to remove all the cover, meaning to floor it all up, which is rough. That's a lot of flooring. But that could be like a Killbox 2.0 at some point. All right, Molotov time. Where are they? There they are. Oh, God, they were right in the middle of the room. Wiki says teeth. Not sure about jaw. I mean, I'm not going to buy it anyway. Just sort of curious. I think bionic jaw is what is going to be needed, though. All right. Hey, who would have guessed? Look at how easy that was. Maybe I get to save some jelly. I don't really know. But yeah, these guys are definitely dying. And they're out. I'm going to pop the door open to try to vent out some of the excess temp. Because it's not like they're going to survive. But if I could stop it... Actually, you know what? Let's take this one farther. I'm destroying the door so the ambient temp drops. So I can reset it. I can actually butcher the bugs. And save the jelly off the last hive. So Witch destroyed an insect hive in an hour by herself. Game mechanic win. Alright, and there he is. Plasteel. That's how to do it. And I'm very pleased that we've deeply frozen our base so that we never have bugs in our base. But we have bugs here, no problem. So the only other thing I want to do here is to reset the trap. I'm probably going to go so far as to reline it so that it's a nice bottleneck to not let them out. But yeah, easy peasy. If you know how the game works, you can exploit the pants off of it. That sounds kinky. But yeah, I mean, for real. Sweet. That was fast to get an infestation? Well, it was a quest. It was a quest I accepted where it's an immediate provoke as soon as I hit accept. So I knew they were coming. The next one will be random. You know what I don't have is... This should allow for fresh corpses that are animal or entity so that my pets can haul it. I just realized they weren't able to actually do that. Fangface, is there compacted steel? There is. Okay. That's super far away. But, yeah, let's do it. I'm a little worried about that not being close for Fangface. So I'm going to have Fangface be on avoid rather than close. I'm not going to change the close zone. So Fangface will try to add to our steel, but there's not a lot of other steel known close by. But we're going to want some steel for the Killbox and for, like, turret rearming and stuff like that. Oh, Witch is jumping. Witch, don't mind. Instruct. Let Fangface do that. And one other thing is, yeah, let's get this door. Highest priority. Because if we get another infestation and there's a door there, then it's an easy win. I walk up with a Molotov and everything is finished. Basically, immediately. It's all becoming chem fuel. Joker. Oh, you're nearly growth tier 1. Take every growth tier I can get. I got super lucky with Morrow's jogger. Just legend. Oh, you know what? Oh, I didn't even realize. Welcome to the research team. How did I not notice? Oh, that's embarrassing. Okay, so you are going to be a scientist. We're going to make a lab coat. And you are going to be part of the research team. Where is lab coat? There it is. Stone 2 Wave 1, made of whatever. Made by Joker, who is now a better crafter. I mean, yeah, obviously, you're Janie, so duh. Did I do only allowed ingredients? No, I didn't on the other ones. Let me go back and fix that, because I really don't want... Actually, it would have been fine, but I really don't want to dread leather. Cool. Another thing to consider is, now that we're starting, we have about 1,000 food, and as we start to get more abundance, to start another cotton farm. Is it going to keep them warm enough? It keeps Witch warm enough. If it isn't enough for Moro, I can consider Tukes. Because if Moro is doing a lot of research, it also means they're not going to be venturing around the map very much. Looking at their work priorities, let's see. Cooking and research. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be a toxic buildup risk. Besides handling animals. Which is only like feed them once and then you're done. So yeah, I think it should be fine. Another thing I could do is for these doors, I could have them bottleneck combined with this one. So for this door to then lead to a unified door here. Like, I wanted some deadfall traps, so I'm going to want to incorporate deadfall traps, but I'll think about that as well as part of a plan, so that I have a single door that I have to block up. So once this is done, I will, I'll work towards that. What am I using the building bot? Building bot has 12% charge, uses 10% a day. They're better used as like a meat tank for raids than a builder bot. Because they could work for 24 hours and then not work again for a long, long time. If I had a recharger, I would consider it, because I do have a lot of pollution capacity, right? All the Pollux trees are probably at max. Yeah, they're all at max. That's another thing is... if I really want the Pollux trees fully pumping, to remove the Petrawood where the Pollux tree zone is, so there's even more area of absorption. Oh, crap. Fangface. Oh, crap. Yeah, it's coming for you. Couldn't do it in time. What I was trying to do is build him into a cubby hole so that I couldn't get jumped. Which, I need you here. Yeah, you're gonna get beat to hell. So the problem with caravanning, I could have tried to throw him off tile, but there's no guarantee that when you go off tile, you exit closest. Sometimes you just exit stupid, for lack of a better term. You just exit and it's like... you walk like a crazy stupid path. The other thing is Sun Tzu. I want you... So this might be solvable in a different way. So right now, let's go red. I'm going to be behind my walls. I'm going to close this door, and then I'm going to see if Sun Tzu can rescue. Because if Sun Tzu can just rescue Fangface for me, I do have 8 hours to render medical attention, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a temporary zone to wipe out Sun Tzu's priorities. Putting Sun Tzu on Area 1. Nope. Don't follow Witch. Area 1. Nope, stop following witch. Stop. Stop. Alright, Sun Tzu, let me try that again. You are trained to rescue. Yeah, you were not trained to rescue. Oh, God. Anyone trained to rescue? Turtle Sandwich is, but Turtle Sandwich is the only one that can't actually physically go out there. Okay, so that doesn't work. I have to muster, I have to kill this animal. Or Fang-Face dies. Got it! Oh, it's actually attacking Sun Tzu now. Because of drafting. Which is not great for your anything. Sun Tzu's unconscious and now missing 2 paws. Oof. Alright, Scorpio. Go back to ranch. Yeah, but I could have also, so what I tried to do obviously was like mine into a hole. I could have tried off tile. It's not, I don't know what could have worked. You know, in hindsight, maybe off tile would have worked. But now this one is pain shocked, and I can tend and tend, and then I'll try to tend the Omo too, if there's time, because it doesn't need to die. And it's really too bad that there isn't like animal bionics or like biosculpting for animals. It's a bit of an oversight of RimWorld. It makes like pet-based builds, pet-based defenses like suck. Oh, okay. Okay. You went catatonic right after we saved you? Got it. Well, you're still being rescued. I'm just a little bit more annoyed. Moro, go rescue. Sun Tzu's okay. I will do that soon, but let's also try to save the bug. Is it this one? Yeah. Witch. Go... Do I have to try to tame? It's not unconscious? I guess I have to wait for it to, like, lose consciousness. Never mind. So Witch, go rescue Sun Tzu then. Yeah, a bit of a facepalm, but, like, Fang-Face went through a lot, so I kind of get it. No, no, not there. Not there. Not there. Not there. Alright, Sun Tzu can walk, but Sun Tzu, I think your days of being anything but just a tame animal is over. You're, like, missing your everything. So just stay on the ranch, enjoy retirement just like Silent Rider did. Oh. Well, I mean, I guess we have a hospital for this, right? And now the other one is tendable. They lost consciousness due to blood loss, so I can actually tend them. Should still build a cubbyhole for the safe steel. I mean, there's not a lot of steel left there, so I'm not going to, but like, more little cubbyholes around the map, given that children aren't very fast on their feet, might be worth considering. Also, Joker, are you doing the lab coat? So the other thing we could do with the lab coat is let's make a corset with it. Because corsets is an extra layer, which allows our lab coat wearers to potentially not get too cold. I'm gonna try that. It's also like an extra layer to protect our body. It doesn't slow us down. Alright, you'll live, little guy. Big guy. You're actually absolutely massive. Oh. Turret still... I mean, it's a safety feature. A weird one, but, you know, can never be too safe. And your infection should be fine. Yeah, you're totally fine. Way out of the woods already. Alright, witch, get back to work. Joker's a personal turret. Yeah, Joker's personal turret, rather. Yes, 100%. He's gonna have another infestation, another metal horror. I mean, it's only a matter of time. I know it, you know it, we all know it, so we're just preparing accordingly. Hospitals don't have autoguns in the room. I mean, I bet there's a lot of doctors that wish they did for, like, psych ward reasons. Okay, maybe that's inhumane, but, sandbag turrets? Something? I've definitely heard some horror stories. I had a friend that used to do security for a hospital, and he was like, oh my god, it's awful. Because the law rightfully protects patients. Same with, like, drunk tanks. Like, I think in the state of Massachusetts, where my friend had worked, drunk tanks were, like, illegal. So you had to bring drunks that were, like, arrested to the hospital for, like, treatment. But they couldn't be, like... There was laws against, like, cuffing them or whatever. So they had to have guards on them. But, like, a violent, belligerent drunk would need a guy. It was awful. It was an awful situation where they would, like, actively need a guard to keep them protected. Or keep other people protected from them going on a rampage or whatever. I don't know. It was bad. So this is cannibal meals. I'm gonna keep them safe in this freezer zone, but like obviously we're not gonna eat it. And you're immune. Good for you. Actually, it probably benefits me if this is, like, dark. So their approach sucks. And also, it keeps the plants from growing. And maybe that's a way for us to... What I'll do is I'll roof this up. And then the parts that can't be roofed up, I'll replace with steel floors. So we'll do a mix of, like, roof to block trees and then steel floors to cover trees. Alright, that'll work. I probably can get rid of the improved power. Build Killbox. And Witch is now a 20 constructor, 20 int. She has a perfect memory, so she never loses skill. So it took a while to reach, but she makes exceptionally good furniture now. And I'm gonna move it's still bound to the bench, but put it next to a chair so that it doesn't fill the research area. So let's queue back up fabrication. And I'm assuming we already carried these meals. Where did they go? Well, no. Where are they? They were all eaten or something. Dumb animals are hungry. I don't even know where those meals went. That's crazy. They're gone. Animals be ravenous, dude. Like, they just disappeared. Tired drifters. Sienna and another desperate refugee are approaching. Do we accept? I don't know their ages. We don't believe in charity, but like, maybe they have children and they would join us. Or maybe they have children, we can arrest them. There's a possibility. The other thing we could do is if they have children, not arrest them until like 1 hour before they leave. Or something like that. So there's a, you know, it's up to you. 2.5 minutes to vote on this. Oh, God. No! She got sleeping sickness. Okay. You are going to self-tend with glitter-rolled meds. I am not going to deal with this nonsense. And Moro, you're going to go rescue Fangface. She is in a Masterwork hospital bed. Immunity gain 113. Immunity gain another 2. Just self-tended with glitter-roll meds. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm taking 0 risks. I don't want to be out of commission. So yeah, this is going to be solved. Lab coat. So we're good until -5, which is not quite enough, but maybe with the corset it will be. I didn't realize I already had another lab coat. 8 sleeping students. And it looks like you are not interested in accepting the refugees? Interesting. It's not what I expected out of you guys. I'm not going to supersede you. I'm not going to override you, rather. But, surprised, to say the least. Just catching up on all the sleep she's been missing? Yeah, I guess. The last time we invited people over, folks died? Yeah, well, now that she's sick, which that is, there's like... It's gonna be, honestly, a little bit harder to keep people fed. Because, like, there's no one tending the farm fields. Because she needs to rest. Oh, God, no one's feeding you. Oh, shoot. Moro, hey, congratulations, you're a doctor now. You've been promoted to Doctor. Tursteak and Galora, thank you for the gifted subs. Which preach health work help. Yes, I mean it would, but like our, you know, did you see the problem, right? I don't want to be a jerk, but you get why I can't do that, I hope. Because I can't. Okay, so we have a pissed off fox squirrel. Let's be behind the walls. I know. I know how that came off. I apologize. But obviously the person to do the preaching is in a catatonic breakdown, so it will help, just not right now. Moro, race to the door, close the door. I don't think anyone else is out right now. Animals, you're all ranched anyway, so I think we're good. Witch, stay in bed. Yeah, Fangface is our preach healther, and he is not about to be cooperative. Maybe he just like pops out of bed. I don't know. We'll see. Because ideally, I would want him to maybe do the medical tending too, rather than the witch self-tend, because self-tend carries such a penalty. Well, she did a pretty good job. She did 115%, so maybe I'll just have her do it. But yeah, sleeping sickness is so annoying. And surprisingly, yeah, you guys don't want the refugees. All right. I'm gonna, okay, I know this is cheese, but I'm curious who they were. Okay, a bunch of adults, so. You're right! Screw those guys! What's Morrow's med skill? 1? Oh, sorry. 2. And Joker's is 1. Yeah, the other doctor that we were working on kind of died from compounded malnutrition complications. Rest in peace, Silver Knight. So it's not like we can very easily medical bend. It's a thing. It's an issue. Now, there is a possibility to... You know what? It actually would be a really good idea. Sorry, Fangface. I really honestly feel bad for you, but you are losing your title. And the reason is, you are a nervous, unhygienic nudist who's gonna have a lot more mental breakdowns than Morrow, who is not. So, Morrow, you're going to become the first friend. Fangface is getting demoted, and it's mostly just, it's going to be very hard to keep you from having a mental break, given that you are likely to have mental breaks. And then the other thing we could do for Morrow is give you just like, you know, maybe cochlear implants, and you will be even happier given that you are a body welder. So let's go ahead and preach health to Witch. The other thing is, now Fangface will, for a little while, have this like, oh, I lost my role, but their expectations are going to get lowered, right? 6 versus 18. So it's going to actually be easier for you in the long run. You'll be happier. You're going to be a little temporarily upset, but in the long run, you'll be happier. And you're currently unconscious, so like your needs, I don't even really care about. I know how that sounds, but you know, let's be real. You are bed rotting at the moment, so you don't have much of a say. Make sure they don't tend Witch. Yes, Witch is going to self-tend. 125. That's pretty freaking stellar. So she's already 16 over 6. So she's pushing the immunity fast because I did not want to mess with this. So at the moment, it's only Morrow and Joker. Everyone else is like indisposed, which could work if I needed to. If like food was really tight, I could get her to help with that. It's possible because Glitterworld meds and the hospital bed combination is a pretty powerful tool to gain. I just don't intend to do it unless it's unavoidable. What are you doing? Do you have your corset? Not yet. Joker, what are you doing? If there's anything else, you would say use them as medical experience training. Yeah, but like, there's a really good reason why Witch needs to be on her feet. Let's be honest. There's not room for messing about there. Ooh, you can haul. So do we don't have any reason that you can't? Okay. So Phoenix, pet hauling, done. Fantasy, you are 1 away from hauling. And this should be pretty cool. The other advantage is there's not a lot of food inside at the moment in this pen, and if they are able to go hauling, they can then graze outside. And Blazing Rock is going to be pretty close to hitting that threshold too. Fangface is up! Sorry about your roll. I think your gun is... Oh, no, it's still there. Go get it. Go get your meds. Actually, you can't get your meds. You know what? It'd be smarter if I did this. Drop those there and get your meds. Pick up, equip. Training and rescue too? Yes, yes, absolutely. Oh, and uh-oh. Oh, crap. Crappity crap. Hey, Fangface! We don't want Fangface Eats Dirt 2.0. Get behind the walls, please. And all animals, back to the ranch, please. Because, yeah, that is a colony-ending level of enemies. In fact... Okay, hold on. Diabolus! I didn't need to shout that. I'm sorry. Diabolus. Witch, could you very quickly... I don't need that one. Could you very quickly build this here? Oh, God, they got pissed at the... No. So I am walling up all ways in. There's literally no path out now, so if someone has a mental break, they can't get out unless they punch their way out. And then Witch is summoning a Diabolus, because there's easily enough animals here to take down a Diabolus and 3 Minotaurs. I'm also going to, this is another little trick. I'm going to have all of the animals muster in one big death pile. So this is the only path out of the base right now. So they're all going to sit right here. And then I wall it back up. And then I'm releasing the death swarm. So here we go. Diabolus dead, probably. Sorry, fox squirrels. I know. It's not exactly nice to you, but... Swarm! And then I'll have a chip. But maybe. Probably. Yeah, probably. Almost certainly. Okay, so the Diabolus won, but like... barely? And it's going to be pretty easy for me to finish it off. And all the other pets are not going to be much of a stopper. So Fangface, let's have you deconstruct this wall. And open this door. Temporarily unrestrict you so you can deconstruct that wall. Now the Diabolus has a active path into the base. Stay behind the walls again. And it will path to me. And just die to deadfall traps or turrets. Something. Galore, thank you for the cheer. Thank you for keeping this going. I'll probably keep it going like regardless. Because I almost always do, but I really appreciate it all the same. Oh, that's annoying. I'm gonna get my people ready to respond. If the deadfall traps don't just... That's what I thought was gonna happen. Free Diabolus kill! Yeah. Alright, zoning. Close, avoid. Actually, avoid for Fangface 2, because Fangface needs to go mining. We now have the ability to analyze the chip, which I'm just going to do now. Because it's a spicy thing to have sit around if I don't. Even though Witch needs to rest. Oh, what is your next tending? Now? 7 seconds? Okay. Done. 106. Not great, not terrible. And if you're wondering what that does for me, that opens up standard mech tech. So standard mech tech now is unlocked as a result of killing that Diabolus. That was basically for free. Any of the corpses here that are edible can also be hauled into our butchery zone by our lovely haulers. So pet hauling, and pet hauling are on. How much of an impact is having storage far from the main base? Not great. I could have storage in here. Legitimately, putting it in here is like not a bad idea. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's start moving it into this zone out of this one. So that we move the wealth indoors. Bored Drake, thank you for the gifted subs. You raise a good point. I was using this zone as like an emergency zone for the long time, but like it's inappropriate now. I acknowledge it. The other thing is I haven't bothered to really machine the dead mechs, but I might as well now, because a Diabolus is like a legit amount of good resources, and I wouldn't want it to go to waste. So we're 35 over 12. Yeah, no problem. That's what you do with a big old, you know, Manhunter pack, is just put it to use. Don't forget your guns and meds. I won't. I'll try not to. Okay, romper. Keep the parka. Is that it? Yeah. Yeah. I'm actually going to buy the packaged survival meals because the packaged survival meals we make aren't going to be vegetarian, but the packaged survival meals we buy are magically vegetarian, so they're actually kind of useful. Although somehow they got eaten, the ones we had. I don't know where they went. Whatever. All right, Face. Go get your gun. Yeah, I could have kept the jelly for mood boost. Hopefully we just like end up killing more. Oh, there's an Olmo in there. I guess it's not a polluted area, but I really don't like that there's Olmo in there, because it means that they're going to get harmed if there's like an infestation. But like, I can't do... I mean, I guess I could intentionally pollute that area to try to force them out, but that's a weird solution. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to allow the pet hauling to haul to the zone. I know it's going to cause a lot of filth, but it's going to help to move the... Oh god, this is wrong. All wrong. It's going to help move the old stockpile stuff out and into where it ought to be. So there's not a lot of stuff that's edible in here that I care about pet hauling, so I'm just going to let the pets haul this stuff over there, and then eventually we'll like move the shelves and stuff. I just didn't want this to be a storage room because it's kind of a Killbox room. So I could even have the storage as part of the kitchen, but I'd like a dedicated storage at some point. Will a fence work? For what? Oh, to keep the Omu out? Yeah, but not for this one because it's like in there already. But yes, we could do something like that to keep them out. I don't think it will work for the fox squirrels or if we had any wild horse claws. So it's keeping the door closed makes more sense in the future. So like this Omu is gonna leave eventually because there's no food in here, and we'll just like close the door or when they're out. Because the door doesn't need to be open for infestation reasons. Thank you for tuning in to Rimworld, the Boundless Witch. which originally streamed live on Twitch as a marathon. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming stream. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, viewers like you that support the channel, and everyone that made it out to the marathon in show of support. I hope to catch you a next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow survivors in the toxic wasteland.